My name is Army Sergeant Andrew Butterworth. In 2004, while serving in Iraq, I was injured by a rocket-propelled grenade. This resulted in the loss of my right leg above the knee, right hand salvage, TBI, and tinnitus. This is my wife, Julia. Yeah, we connected through mutual friends on the internet. She's an amputee as well. She's missing her left leg from birth defect. And so she needed to know how to ride a motorcycle and how to adapt one to the needs of an amputee. And we kind of chatted back and forth a few times for about a year, and somehow I convinced her to come hang out with me one day, and we sat around, talked for a couple hours. And
I actually was in disbelief for a long time that he was just being so true and honest and trustworthy. You know, it was home.
Here we are, about 4 years later, almost 5 years, I think, and almost 3 kids later. Yeah. So we're moving right along. Didn't waste a lot of time. Yeah. I had 3 out of my 4 grandparents served. Both my grandfathers were Navy, and then I had a grandmother that was a nurse in the Army, and just kind of grew up hearing the stories. I found the Army. Recruiter said I could jump out of planes, shoot guns, and blow things up for a living. I basically said, where do I sign? I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I was infantry. I love the guys I served with. You go into it thinking about doing it for your country. What they don't tell you is that it ends up boiling down to the guys to the left and right of you. Their life, becomes worth more than yours, and you'll do anything to protect them. The day of my injury, we were in northeastern Iraq, right between Tikrit and Kirkuk. We were just kind of cruising along and knew that we were getting into a tricky area that was good for ambushes. Next thing I know, the way I described it is sitting inside of a giant bell, like a church bell or something, and somebody just hit it with a sledgehammer. So your whole body was just vibrating. I looked to my right, to my lieutenant. The rocket actually hit the outside and the penetrator came through. It went through his left leg and through my right leg. I don't remember this. I got this from him later. He said that we looked at each other, kind of had our second, and I went right back to doing my job. My heart stopped about 3 times on the way back to base. It was definitely a life-changing thing, going from being a young, hard-charging infantryman to not. I remember telling my dad, that it wasn't going to stop me, that it was just, I was still alive, and I wasn't going to stop living. So I kept going. I kept doing the things I wanted to do. I got out, I stayed active, did skiing, I play wheelchair sports, I do wheelchair softball, just started doing the wheelchair football. I try not to sit around and try not to let life catch up to me. Our old house was actually, it was too big for us. It was 2 levels, and our laundry was downstairs. So we had to go up and downstairs constantly for laundry, or there were stairs to get into the house. Of course, we have that now.
Right now we're living in our 36-foot fifth wheel RV. We just decided to travel with our kids. They're young enough and we can teach them about the nation, so that's what we're doing so far.
I found out about Homes for Our Troops from a former recipient, Dustin Johns. I thought it was awesome. When I looked into it, I was like, the fact that they built a home that was totally accessible, whether I was on my leg, using my crutches, in my wheelchair, no matter what I needed to do to get around for the day, I could get around and I would be able to do everything I needed to do. The hope and the excitement and the opportunity that it provides for veterans and their families to be comfortable, for a chance to grow financially and have security. And with this house, everything leads to going up, our lives moving forward as a family, as a couple.
Homes for Our Troops is a blessing in disguise. Unfortunately, bad things had to happen in order for this organization to come into our lives, but it brought me to him also, and I can't be more thankful. To any donor or supporter, we appreciate your selfless ability to just give without asking for anything in return, and knowing it's going to benefit so many people in so many different ways.